Welcome back, everybody. We're in Chapter 13, Learning Unit 13.1. Let's find the value of an investment after 4 years of an ordinary annuity of $4,000 made semi-annually at 10% and then recalculate it assuming an annuity due. Well, an ordinary annuity, you're putting money in at the end of a period. Annuity due, you're putting money in at the beginning of the period. So let's do this step by step. Step number 1. Our periods be 4 years times semi, or 8 periods. Our annual rate is 10% divided by semi-annually be 5%. Going to the amount of annuity table, we would go at 5%, and we're talking 8 periods, would be 9.5491. Or in other words, that table means if you invested $1 twice a year, for 4 years you'd be $9.54. But we're talking investing $4,000 for each time at 9.5491, and it would grow to be $38,196.40. In B, though, if we did annuity due, what you do here is that you add 1 period to the table and subtract 1 payment. And so here it's 4 years times 2 is 8 periods plus 1 more would be 9. It's still 10% divided by semi is 5%. Table factor at 5% for 9 periods is 11.0265. You take the $4,000 times the table factor, it would be $44,106. Less 1 payment of $4,000 would give you a total of $40,106. Let's compare. In the first part, in A, under ordinary annuity, it grew to around $38,000. Under B, for annuity due, it grew to almost over $40,000. You see why? Because you're putting money in earlier, so it's growing faster. In number 2, Wally Beaver wins a lottery, gets a check for $4,000 at the beginning of each 6 months for the next 5 years. If he deposits each check into an account that pays 6%, how much will he have at the end of 5 years? Now remember, this sounds like an annuity due, beginning of the period. 5 years semi, 10 periods, plus 1, add a period, 11 periods. We're talking rate, 6% divided by semi, or 3%. Step number 2 is to find your table factor. 3%, 11 periods for amount of annuity is 12.8078. You're talking $4,000 times 12.8078 is $51,231.20. Minus 1 payment, which is $4,000. So you would have money in the future of $47,231.20.